Hey everybody, what's going on? Hope you're having a safe and awesome week. As you can see from the thumbnail, a little bit of a not announcement, but more of a thank you for something awesome that's happened to us. But hold on just a second, because guess what? I'm not alone.
What's up?
Hey,
Yeah, I know. A rare occasion where we both actually get to be here and talk.
I know.
Mark it down on your
So
calendars. That's like the second time this year.
exactly. So go ahead and tell everybody the news, Sean.
Well, thanks to the support of all of y'all, we have hit our goal for the year of 450 subscribers. We were actually at 451 at the time of this video. Whenever it goes up, might be more. We're hoping it is. But yeah, all I can say is echo James Jay's statements and thank you. This year has been beyond any kind of wildest expectation we ever had when we started this channel. So, and just everybody taking a chance on us this year. We've gained, last I looked at, it was like something 220 plus subscribers. That's more than we had gained in the whole 5 years previous of the channel.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Hopefully, we've set a new goal. If hopefully maybe we'll get lucky by December and we'll hit that magical 500 mark.
Yes. 500 and beyond. I'm super excited. I know for a lot of people this is kind of like, guys, it's 450 subs. Like it's not that big a deal. But for us, for me, for all of us here at the channel, this is huge. Uh, like Sean said, it was 5 years. I was 37, 36 or 37 when we started this channel, and next Saturday I'm going to be 42.
Yeah.
And what a early birthday present I got with this.
Yes.
This is one of those things where we had honestly hit 450 last week, but unfortunately, we lost the sub, so it took us right back down to 449. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait. We've held this 451 for a couple of days now, so hopefully it stays. hopefully, like Sean said, when this video gets released, which I'm hoping it'll be maybe Monday, which we'll see. I'm hoping we can get it done by then. But yeah, y'all, this is amazing, and I realize that we got most of this. Let's be honest, we got most of these subs because of shorts, and while I still want to do long form stuff because even our long form stuff has been picking up, and we've grabbed some subs from that. Shorts are just fun. Shorts are one of those things that like it it makes me have to hyper focus on what I'm doing because you got to say or at least try to say a whole lot of stuff in a very short amount of time and have people interested enough to keep watching and to share and everything. So shorts are definitely never going to be a problem here. I really am going to try to get with Sean a lot more so the two of us can do some long form stuff. Because shorts are fun, but it's not the entire channel. We got a whole lot of stuff we had planned. So I do want to ask you though, what was your most like memorable moment before we started getting all those subs?
Before we started doing the subs, probably that surprise in 20 a couple years ago when we have an annual best of list that we do every year. And this year I'm actually going to make Jay participate in this. So, but we've been doing it every year just about for the last 4 years, give or take.
I think so.
And the one year the video just took off. We have no idea what happened, what we did, but it just took off and seemed to resonate with a lot of people. So that for me is probably one of the highlights outside of just the fact that that very first video that we ever just put up.
Yeah. No, 100% agree with you on that. The hardest thing to me about doing a best of video is it's so hard. There's so many great comics
Yeah.
coming out all the time. Not only from the mainstream people that I know we do a lot of Kickstarter and very indie books like that, but we still read the main three or in some opinions 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Uh, there's just so much good stuff. It's so hard to make a list like that. But
Yeah. those lists at first were hard because I would you remember I would overthink them,
Yeah.
and it's kind of become now when I'm sitting down thinking about it. If it's something that pops out in your head right away, then you know that's something that needs to be on there.
Yeah.
So and that's kind of how I've treated it, and Jay can tell you that I've talked to him. It's like, is a single issue worthy putting on? And I've asked myself that question, and he's told me, he goes, if it sticks out more than an entire graphic novel, then yeah. So that's a lot of how our list is structured. It's just it can be one book, it can be an entire series, but
Yeah.
that's kind of how we do the best ofs.
Yeah. Yeah. For real. Like for me, it's one of those things where it's like I don't ever want anybody to think if I don't talk about your book that means I didn't like your book. That's the
Mm-hmm.
hardest part for
Yep.
me. I'm very honest though. At the risk of sounding like a jerk sometimes, if I'm not into your book, I'm going to tell you your book's not for me. Like
Yeah.
that's just how I am. But I got a message. I know once again we're a 451 sub channel, but I got a message to anybody out there in the comic YouTube space. It's a small channel, and for me, small is like 2,500, 2,000 and below. If you're a comic YouTube creator and you're doing shorts and you're doing videos and it doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere, don't give up, especially on shorts. When we first started shorts, I'd be lucky if I got 100 views. And then we started doing the ones where we basically covered our face. What does that say? I don't know. But they started doing better. Now, we've been hitting with a lot of our videos 500 plus on average. Well, this past week, we had two of them that just didn't do anything. But then 3 days later, one of them shot up to the 500s. The other one, not so much. But don't ever let that discourage you. Don't think because, well, this short got 8,000 views and this one only got 20. It shouldn't be about the views. I understand that helps your channel and everything, but you reach 20 people. I'm always going to talk about books that I like. And if it's a video I want to make, a short I want to make to discuss some books that I really dug, and 10 people like it or 10 people watch it, then I reach 10 people and there's my goal. I'd like to get 100 views at the minimum for videos, but again, if I can just reach 10 people and make them think, you know what, that sounds kind of cool, I want to check it out, then job done. So don't give up. Just because something doesn't work right away doesn't mean it won't work later on. Because if I would have had that mentality of, well, this isn't working and I'm not doing it, we would have never started doing the amount of shorts that we do. Because I took a chance on something and it paid off.
Yeah.
So I ran with it, and I'm still running with it. I'm gonna talk about books that nobody cares about. I know that. And it's fine, but just don't give up. Small channels, please keep pushing because you know the big comic book YouTube people aren't going to be around forever. We have people on in the comic YouTube community stepping away. They've done all that they feel like they've done. So it's for me, it's kind of opening up more space for people. And comic book YouTube people, you are ones that are going to help usher new comic readers because that's what we need in comics. We need people to be excited about comics so we can keep having comics. We can keep talking about comics. And one thing I've talked to Sean about, and this isn't like, hey, let's do this next week or anything, or even next month or next year, but I'd really like to have like how comic creators get together to talk about their Kickstarters, uh, can't remember off the top of my head, just like a creator hangout. There we go.
Yeah.
I'd like to have small comic book YouTube folks have a hangout, and we don't have to be like reviewing books or anything like that. We can just get on and talk and get to know each other and talk about, our love for comics and what we read this week. And hey, have you heard about this? Plans we have for our channel, stuff like that. I would love for that to happen because there's so much negativity out in YouTube with, especially comic book YouTube. It feels like people are calling each other out. People are like, don't watch this person. And I definitely don't want to be like that because rising tide raises all ships. I know that's a big cliche, but I honestly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean and I, we follow other comic YouTubers, big ones and small ones. I got a list of folks that I think you should check out, and I'm pretty sure Sean knows some other ones that I don't. But I really want to shout out and tell you to go check out the channels like Bearded Comic Bro, Big B McFly, the comic book guy, Sammy the Monster. Um, Help check out the EXP. We're not a huge channel, but we're a ton of fun. That's my actual job for those that don't know
Yeah.
is experience.
Shameless.
Yeah, shameless plug, but I love my job. I really do. Um, John, you got any small YouTube people you want to?
Yeah, K-pop junkie is a big one.
Yep.
She will support everybody, and Katie is just one of the coolest people you could ever talk to. Um, Comic Culture is another guy that I think is a really good follow. Uh, I had one off on my head, and it just went out. But those two for sure are ones that I could think of right off the top of my head. What is it? Old School Comics, Gary.
Oh,
Another guy, he's real cool, super talented as well. Check out his book next time on Kickstarter. It's awesome.
yeah. And thank you for that because I can't believe I almost forgot those folks because I'm fans of theirs too.
Yeah,
I can't believe. Well, you know how what happens when we do stuff live and Jay doesn't write stuff down.
yeah,
He forgets everything.
we're doing it live.
Yeah, we're doing it live, but we'll have links to all those channels in the description. Please check them out. It's one thing for us to get a lot of subs, but if we can help other people that we watch get subs and get people watching their videos and talking about them, that's another goal.
Yeah,
That's one of the goals of us is to be as positive as we can be, spread that positivity, and just get all these folks together because it's an awesome community as long as we we talk to each other, we don't try to put each other down, everybody just tries to lift each other up. I mean, we've talked about it before, and I've told both of these folks plenty of times. When we were fixing to start our channel, back when it was Triangle of Truth, we looked towards other comic YouTubers.
yeah,
One of them being the big one, which is Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers, and the other one was Bearded Comic Bro. Like he was a small channel. I think when I started watching him, he was at 5, maybe 600 subs.
actually, I think you watched him from less than that.
I
Honestly,
I
I
don't
think
remember because it's been a long time since I've been watching it.
because you watched him first and brought me in. I want to say that he was probably only around 200 or 300, and you watched him get to where he's at now.
That's right. And he was a small comic book YouTuber, and he was also an inspiration for our channel.
Yep.
He had fun things he was doing, and I to this day I watch both of them. Like hell, lucky for me, thanks to my job of the experience, I get to kind of work with Robbie on Mondays.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot of big YouTube people, big comic book YouTube people, and they might not. None of them might not even get close to watching this. They might see this thumb and be like, "Okay, that's cool." Scroll by, and that's fine. That's fine. But this is more of a message for the smaller folks out there. Keep pushing because y'all are doing a fantastic job. And for all the folks that were in the CBC or the CBC, because I always mix up the letters, the CBC awards.
Yep.
Yep. For all the folks that we know that are part of those awards, congratulations because you definitely deserve it, and you should have been in them sooner. That's just my opinion on that.
That's fair. That's fair. I agree.
But yeah, I would love to in the future get a bunch of small comic YouTube folks together and just chill and just hang out. Doesn't have to be any kind of structure. It could be pandemonium.
It probably will be.
Yeah, it sounds like fun, and I'm taking most of the talking here. I'm so excited though. I am like I never would have thought this is a just for fun channel. I never thought we'd get this far, and to say that I'm like taken aback or don't have the words would be a big understatement. There's a lot of folks out there that we haven't even mentioned that have been big supporters of us, and we love and thank you all. And just anybody who's ever watched a video, who's ever liked, if you've ever disliked, if you've ever left a comment, good or bad, you're entitled to your opinion. It may be wrong in my view, but you're entitled to your opinion. And if there's any time anybody ever wants to discuss why they think we're wrong, just tell us. You can be civil and have a discussion
Mhm.
and not agree with people. And that's what I want to bring towards people. I want to let them know if you don't agree with something we say, tell us why you don't agree. We're not going to start an argument in the chat. It's just, perfect example, fan castings. We've done a lot of fan castings, and we've had people be like, "Nope, don't like that." Well, I want to know who would you choose then? Let
Yep.
me know if you think you have a better pick than me. I'd love to hear it because there's a lot of times people have some really good picks. The other thing, and I won't call this person out, but I've had somebody tell me before, "Why are you casting the DCU with all these D-listers? This isn't the CW." And my answer to that is, well, because you don't get an A-lister without taking a chance on an unknown. A-listers didn't just show up being A-listers. A-listers happened because someone saw potential and chose this person, and all of a sudden they blew up.
Yep.
So, again, negativity is okay as long as it's not taken to that point, the point of name calling and things like that. If there's something you disagree with, I'm asking you, just let me know. Just tell me. That's all I need. Now, Sean, I have talked way too long, man. Is there anything you're looking forward to doing in the future?
Well, before I get to that, I will say this: you're talking about some of our supporters. Let me talk about a couple that are people that comment all the time. Triple B, who also check out his channel. He does some really cool stuff. Eddie and CJ, those three are probably what I would consider our biggest supporters. They comment on everything. And you can go in and find their comments and they'll tell you what they think and they're straight up. They might agree with us, they might not, but they're some of the coolest people in that you can have a really good discussion with them. And we have. Um, and so, yeah, I really want to let those three know that, trust me, what y'all do and y'all supporting us, liking, and I think they've even shared, doesn't go unnoticed. We know that, and we want to thank you three specifically. I will call you out by name on that. As far as what we're going to do in the future, man, these recommended readings, I'm loving this stuff because, especially for me, and Jay suggested this, and this is a good idea for me. For anybody who has followed us, but anybody who hasn't, I only started reading comics in like 2015. So there is a lot that I have not read. Not much before 2015 that I've read, and even just now with new stuff, there's too much to keep up with. So I'm going to start a new series where I'm going to ask you, the audience, to recommend stuff for me to read. So we're going to try that. Not really sure how I'm going to format that. I might try to do it maybe like I'll start with a publisher and suggest stuff that maybe I like, and then I'm just going to do the second half of the video asking everybody to tell me something that I need to read by that company. I think that's probably the best way I can structure it for right now. So to be determined on that. One thing that we will start doing, we kind of missed out on it. We really wanted to do it for Deadpool. These kind of roundtable things where we talk about the movie and what we think. Maybe we'll get lucky. Some of them will have Jenna on there with us as well. Because trust me when we say we don't mean just me and Jay. Jenna is a huge part of this channel and why we started it and its success.
Yep.
So just keep an eye out for that as well. So hopefully she doesn't mind me mentioning her, but yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just what new ideas can we come up with?
Yeah.
I mean, it's we brainstorm all the time. If you've got suggestions down in the comments, let us know. And we're happy. And tell us, do you want it as a short or do you want us to do it like this where we're on camera talking about it?
Yeah.
So that's really what I'm going to do. I'm going to open it up to suggestions from the crowd.
Yeah, 100%. And thank you because once again, I'm so over the moon excited, didn't write anything down. Thank you for mentioning Triple B. And we'll link his channel down there too. BBB Hardcore Comics. You want to talk about somebody that loves Dynamite comics and does very in-depth reviews on a bunch of the
Yes.
books, that's the channel to watch.
Yeah.
Great unboxings. He's always doing mystery packs and stuff that he gets on the experience from Monday's show, and
Yep.
sometimes Wednesday. But great channel, great dude,
Yep.
and like I said, it's another person that I hope that channel gets more recognition. All the channels that we've mentioned, for me at least, I think they should be bigger. That's just me. They got a lot of great content.
Yeah.
Us, I think we're good. I do, but it's one of those things where there's a lot of times stuff is just on the fly. We do plan sometimes. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of times it's like today. Today being Sunday, the 8th. I just decided Sunday's going to be my day. I just do shorts for the week.
Yeah.
And then Sean asked me yesterday. He goes, "Hey, did you want to do that video for thanking everybody for the subs?" And I said, "Yeah." So I got done with my 2 shorts I'm doing that'll be dropping later this week, and messaged Sean the link. And I was like, "All right, man, let's do this."
Yeah.
I said, "I don't do a whole lot of live stuff. That's something in the future that I want to try to do more of. Anybody out there who knows what I do for a living, I'm live on camera at least 1 hour every Tuesday for the experience for a show called Minute to Skim It, where we review books, or at least the other folks review books, and I just ramble about the books, about the pretty colors and stuff. Uh, but that's for a lot of times I'm like, man, that's enough live for me. I don't mind doing recorded stuff, but I need to kind of get better at doing live because once we get to a point where we can go live, I'd like to start doing a lot more live stuff, especially if we're going to be doing these comic YouTube hangouts, which I really want to do because there's a lot of interesting people that I've only been able to talk to behind a keyboard,
Yeah.
and I'd love to talk to them face to screen, screen to face.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So I've actually had the luxury of I got on with K-pop one night and hung out with that group, and that is, and if anybody has ever watched just one of K-pop's lives where it's just a hangout and not one of the ones that she does now where she has a creator on, we're basically talking something similar to that, maybe a little more comic talk in it, but for the most part, it's similar to something like that.
yeah, because the greatest thing about talking to other folks that love comics is they're going to talk about comics that you've never heard of,
Mm-hmm.
and the learning about comics is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
My job is centered around comics. Might be some sales shows, some talk shows, trivia shows, stuff like that, but I never get tired of comics. I never get tired of talking about them. Never get tired of talking about the movies. Uh, that's the whole reason we actually started the channel was because we were sitting up for 5 and 6 hours a night, the
Yeah.
three of us just talking about comic book movies and stuff we would change, stuff we love, stuff we didn't really care too much for, how we think we could fix this. Um, so we're like, why not start a channel? It's a just for fun channel. If it gets big, it gets big. If it doesn't matter to me if it's one sub, 451 subs, or 4,500,000. You get the point. Uh, we appreciate everybody, like anybody who even considers watching the videos. I mean, there's sometimes I'm on here just rambling during those long forms. Check out some of my reviews on stuff. A video that should take 4 minutes sometimes can take me 18 minutes, just because once I get to talking, it's like can't shut myself up. So I'm super excited for the future. Um, and I'm in total agreement with you, Sean, on the recommended reading stuff. I'll get back to casting and things like that. If there's any news we can catch, we'll do shorts like that. But we are honestly going to start trying to work on long form stuff. Just work's getting crazy, and the shorts are not exactly faster than the long form stuff sometimes because I'm very meticulous in things that I do. And again, something that should only take me 20, 30 minutes, sometimes takes me 2 or 3 hours. That's just how I am when it comes to editing and stuff. But we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back to the long form stuff. As it pertains to Kickstarter, I've told people this before. For right now, until we get funds build back up, we took a big hit here with the hurricane that happened. So I'm going to be out of the Kickstarter game and the crowdfunding comic game for a while. So most of what you'll see me talk about is going to be stuff you can get from a store. Trust me, as soon as I can get back into it, as soon as we can get back into doing the Kickstarter corners and stuff, I mean, we'll still do those too. Uh, we won't be able to, like I said, Jen and I won't be able to back for a while, but we will still share and do all that stuff to help, because that's helping push comics to people who might not know about them is just just an awesome thing. We love doing it. So
Yeah, for sure.
well, the part you didn't see was Sean and I trying to figure out how to end this video. All jokes aside, we love doing this. Wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't fun. Because once this stops being fun, to me, there wouldn't be a point of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I love comics. I love doing this, and I love all of you out there who have subscribed, who have liked, who've shared. Means the world to us. It really does. Never thought that this small for fun channel would be where it is right now, and just thank you all. And Sean, you got anything to add to that before we go?
Not really. It's again, just thank you to everybody for taking a chance on us. Even the negative comments, we do appreciate you too, because that does get us to think and wonder. It's like, what could we have done differently, or who would we might who might have we chosen differently. This is mainly to the fan cast, because that's where a lot of the comments have come from. But yeah, just know we appreciate you. Good, bad, the ugly, it doesn't matter. We appreciate you.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. We're on the drive for 5 now, hoping to get 500 subscribers or close to it by the end of the year. That would be awesome. We got something special planned when that happens. Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. All jokes aside, we really do appreciate this. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications so you know when we drop a short, long form, just anything. And you take care. Have an awesome rest of your night, your week, your year, and we'll catch you next time. Later.